Tonight it's second round action in the 2025 WNIT from the campus of Washington State University. Beasley Coliseum, the site of this matchup between Washington State and Utah Valley. Two teams looking to punch their tickets into the Super 16. Alongside Stephanie Hawk-Freeman, I'm Trevor Williams. And Stephanie, two teams who have had outstanding years. Utah Valley, 19 wins, a program best, and Washington State, its third consecutive 20-win season.
Yeah, and just to add to that a little bit more, Utah Valley with their first postseason win since they've become a full Division I member, and Washington State earning this first round bye in the WNIT.
It sets up for an exciting matchup for Washington State. They're led by the stellar senior Tara Wallach. She's had a tremendous senior year for the Cougars. Has really grown in her game.
Yeah, I mean, where do you even start with her? She has just been such a figure in this program and someone that has just represented the program so well. She does it all for the Cougars. She can play positions 1 through 5. You can see her getting it done there defensively. She's all over in the record book, and we're definitely most likely going to see her move up in a couple of the categories for career records here.
She's about to make her 114th start of her career. It'll tie her former teammate Ula Matuga. Diana Mendes looking for Estera Tahina, dropping down to Tara Wallach, and Tara Wallach opens the scoring for Washington State. Tara Wallach has the game's only bucket so far in these few possessions down and back. A backdoor cut for Estera Tahina, and Diana Mendes finds her for a 4-0 Cougar lead.
And that's a great look.
Mendes at the free throw line, pulling the trigger and getting the friendly bounce.
A good read by Mendes there.
Quickly the other way comes Utah Valley, trying to take a lead late in the first quarter. Alex Colville intercepts it.
And Abraham, she is just so physical inside. A nice out of bounds there. Great read, Kira Gardner.
Criddle's 60th steal of the year. Utah Valley in front by 2. LA Villa goes coast to coast to answer the other way for WSU. Eleonora Villa waiting for Cougars to fill in spaces on the lane. Villa double team. Mendes spun away from it and lays it in. Mendes has such great footwork, especially for a freshman. Estera Tahina, one-hand pass to the corner. Eleonora Villa with 2 on the timer, and Washington State.
Well, right here, Tahina, and it bounces off Gibbs' hands and just perfectly land. Get into your set, run your plays if you're Washington State.
Estera Tahina, it's like the Cougars have found an oasis now at the end of the first half, a pair of threes.
Yeah. Well, right here, Wallach reading, just kind of lost her. The defense lost.
$10,000, which was 1,000 tickets to this game for folks to come out, and the Cougars have seen a big crowd tonight in round 2 of the WNIT. Makes a fun environment.
They know what they're doing.
I was right there with you.
They know what they're doing.
LA Villa pops a 3 for Washington State. Villa for her first, but here's Eleonora Villa. No relation in these two, but Villa with the pretty shot for WSU.
It's down on her.
Tara Wallach spinning on the drive for the turnaround 2, and the second basket for Wallach after.
Well, right here, Wallach, nice job on the turnaround, creates just enough space.
And 7 rebounds. Alex Colville back in for Washington State. That was a nice catch on the move from LA Villa. WSU gets a third look on this possession. LA Villa out of the corner. Wow, that's a backbreaker. Utah Valley doing everything right until Washington State got a third look. Wolverines, after the early minutes, pretty much led throughout. Kira Gardner with a takeaway, has a chance to put WSU in front. She used the shot fake but missed the lay-in. Tessa Cheney, Alex Colville swats it. And with that block for Alex Colville, helps the Wolverines out. They hadn't scored in 2.5 minutes before that basket by White. Kira Gardner steps it back for 3, lines it in for Washington State.
And you mentioned in the first half how Kira's come along. She's really been a big factor, X factor for Washington State late here in the season.
WSU with a takeaway, looking for their first lead since 2 minutes in. Gardner for 3. Gardner back-to-back triples and the roof pops off this place.
Gets it. Though it was working on the leadership skills as the only senior.
Their 104th career start tonight, and Alex Colville left alone for that hook shot to open up the fourth quarter for Washington State. Danya Stafford-Collins, who's banged up in the third quarter, back into the game. Barcelo over to Allie Criddle. And tipped by Eleanor Villa.
To maybe match or beat that career high.
Remember, she had 14 and 13 double-double against Air Force in game one. Tara Wallach, big-time three-pointer in the fourth quarter.
Well, let's go back here to Wallach's big three. Like you said, struggling a little bit.
This is what March is all about. Couple teams fighting for their seasons. LA Villa off the find from Diana Mendes, and a chance for three for the Italian guard for Washington State.
Yeah, not normally on those slips. Well, let's go back here to Wallach's big.
Tara Wallach jumping to pass. Ball's loose. Mendes on the floor. Nelson ties her up. It gets physical at midcourt. Diana Mendes, little ISO. Mendes back to her left, off the window for two.
On the defenders, and then Mendes, what a tough shot. This is not easy off the backboard.
Alex Colville, an offensive board, 6 to shoot. Estera Tahina takes a peek at it. Mendes under pressure. Tahina has to let it go.
Oh!
Tahina puts Washington State up by one. Timeout, Utah Valley. That's what March is all about.
What a shot by Tahina. The crowd is on their feet. They are so loud.
Talia White stepping to her left. Tara Wallach blocks it out of bounds. The best shot blocker on. Tara Wallach for Eleanor Avila. She's wide open to the basket. Timeout, Utah Valley. Washington State takes a three-point lead on a beautiful inbounds play for the Cougars.
Yeah, you gotta love it. We're gonna watch it right here.
Barcelo's the inbounder. We'll see if the play is to get it quick back to Barcelo. Utah Valley to Cheney, back to Barcelo. Barcelo, 6 seconds. A lot of pressure from Washington State. Shot blocked by Colville, kept alive. And off the side of the basket for Danya Stafford-Collins. Washington State survives on its home floor and advances. And in the end, isn't that what March is all about?
Absolutely. What a treat for everybody who came out. Continue to come out and watch these Cougs. They're fun and they're exciting.
Cami Etheridge's Cougars will continue on in the WNIT into the Super 16. The sophomore, who's already in the top 10 in the record books for WSU in block shots, Alex Colville, coming up with a big initial block on the possession, and that sent the final seconds into chaos for Utah Valley.
Yeah, right here, just coming out, just using her length. I mean, that was a great read. Her player was all the way out there, and she hedges out to give the help for the big block.
A very lively Monday night of basketball in the WNIT, and Washington State ticket punch to move on into the Super 16. Eleanor Avila helps lift the Cougars with 15 points. And a lot of appreciation from Washington State for all who came out to see it tonight.
Yeah, this was a great atmosphere for both of these teams, and Washington State comes up big with the win, 57-54.
Congratulations to Utah Valley on a tremendous season, as we mentioned, the best in their Division I history. It was a pleasure to be with you from Pullman tonight. Zora Ziani did a great job, our producer, back in the studio, and our entire crew enjoyed being with you here tonight. Thanks for being with us in the WNIT. Washington State marching on in March.